Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of My Hero Academia, which is on chapter 314. Now, this chapter right here, we get to know more about Lady Nagant you know? And this is really kind of like, sad and devastating because sometimes I wonder if that's how the system of reality works as well with the government system, man. Because, there's always going to be certain things that's going to be very bad in a certain situation. But yeah. Okay, enough of me being cringe and going like, what the hell are you even talking about, Let's just get the story right away, We have to it that Izuku still clashes against Nagant and manages to get his hands on her, And we have to it that, that Izuku says, I couldn't have foreseen the sniper like you closing in on me. I'll make you give me the information on All for One. And she ends up being upset and says, don't act like as if you already won. And she ends up having to put a rifle through her other arm that was captured and hits Izuku with it, and says, look, I was trained for almost any situation by the public safety, no matter what. You got that? And almost shot Izuku, but Izuku manages to dodge in the air. And we have to it that Izuku gets enraged and says, why the hell would you side with All for One? He's planning for world domination. Weren't you supposed to be a hero or what? And she ends up disappearing out of Izuku's line of sight and therefore says, some cannot see anything past the justice that Hero Society has created. People who follow it blindly could never truly understand. Even Izuku remembers about what the third user of One for All says, like the parallel processes are all messed up. And Izuku almost got shot by Lady Nagant, but manages to dodge in the last minute, And we have to it that Lady Nagant ends up telling Izuku that she is freaking tired. And she even says, I've killed enough to help preserve this fake society of ours. As Izuku continues to dodge in mid-air the bullets, we have to it she explains of how she was part of this stupid fake society, A certain group plotting a terrorist attack on heroes, the people capable of shaking the very foundation of our society, a hero team associated with the villain organization which had slowly gained fame and money, had disappeared without ever being found guilty in a court of law. They were all taken care of under the secret orders of public safety. There was a period when vigilantes were trusted and heralded as heroes. The country even approved of their actions. In the end, the superpower society was founded on the trust we had in those heroes. I was a cog in the machine assigned to preserve that trust. Those who work in the shadows and those in the light both were required to keep our society functioning, so I obeyed. Then we get to know that Lady Nagant ends up being part of a society where she had to kill. She ends up killing, especially many others, just to put that to preserve that trust whatsoever. And therefore she even explained that she obeyed every command of it, And we have too, she remembers of how certain kids love Nagant, and that she was willing to make one special handshake, but she couldn't do it because her hand is dirty. She gets a nasty image of how her hand is dirty, and how these kids are so blind to the justice of what's going on, And we have too that Nagant is really tired of this, She even mentions that how it's all fake in the end, etc. And we have to it that the chairman ends up having to talk to Lady Nagant in her past, and the backstory she mentioned, she ends up getting information about these two are provoking civilians, making them out to be criminals, then capturing them and claiming the rewards. Make sure these heroes disappear, And Lady Nagant asks if I kill these two, am I generally making society any better? If all we show the public is what's clean and pure, how is it any different to brainwashing? And the boss of Nagant says, listen, what you do is necessary. Somebody needs to maintain the hope that the heroes who take the center stage have instilled in the public. Maintaining what's beyond that? What's beyond that? The boss even tells Lady Nagant, I'm sure you are well aware, but you know what a resignation will mean, right? And we have to it, she ends up pointing her weapon towards the chairman and shot point blank killed him, you know? And even Izuku's like, you murdered the public safety chairman at that time? That's not how it was reported. So he was killed in an argument with the hero? Even Nagant says, yeah, that's right. Even then, public safety insisted on protecting their freaking false image. They would never tell you about any internal disputes or rebellions that occurred. You never knew, right? The superpower society that everybody envisions and admires is really weak and fragile. What do you think will happen if we regain it, huh? History will just repeat itself. They will only show you the bright side, and once again, someone would need to shoulder the burden of the truth, you know? And even a future where All For One has complete control, it would be far cleaner than what we have now. And we have to Izuku easily freaking like, easily pinpointed where Lady Nagant is, and ends up using a fifth attack, ends up having to like, target Lady Nagant where she is right now. She's even shocked right now, etc. And Izuku mentions, I didn't know, but bit by bit, I'm starting to understand. It isn't just black and white. The world is awash with shades of gray. Anxiety and anger are all jumbled together. They swept their pain under the rug with maggots crawling out. That's exactly what we have to extend a helping hand. And Lady Nagant's like, not convinced, it says, a mindset born from being raised in falsity. Even right now, Lady Nagant is analyzing Izuku's movements, like even in air, he's doing well to avoid any damage to his joints. He's completely concentrated on trying to predict and avoid my projectiles. If that's how it is, I will increase his mental burden. And we have to it that like Lady Nagant aims her rifle at Chisaki right now, and even Chisaki's like, still not done, hurry up, I want to go back to the boss. And Izuku's like, Chisaki, what are you doing there? And Lady Nagant is about to freaking like, is about to shoot Overhaul, maybe just to distract Izuku, you know, etc. And of course, an old rival appears, and the battle is heating up whatsoever. So we get to know more about Lady Nagant and her backstory and why she became rogue, or she went into a villain side, however you want to perceive it now, you know. And we have to it that like she worked with the public safety committee long ago, you know. But unfortunately, you know, she ended up having to kill many heroes and many other people for like just to keep the Hero Society image all good and clean. And we have to it that she murdered, killed many criminals, and possibly many heroes as well, all for the sake of like protecting like the image of the hero's image or recognition, you know. And by that time, you know, like of course, like Nagant, like of course, kind of snapped out and, you know, killed the chairman of the public safety because she had enough, you know. And we have to it that we have, in other words, if I was to explain it clearly, we have a reason. We now understand why Lady Nagant went rogue, you know. All I know is like the Hero Society, Superpower Society is weak and fragile. All you see to it is like they show you a bright side, and again, someone needs to shoulder the burden of truth, you know. Nagant was was recruited into that society as a young girl, and she was very happy about it. But unfortunately, like she had to get her hands dirty so many times, you know, when it comes to like killing like villains and criminals all together, or possibly like heroes as well, you know. If I had to say it in certain words and not make it too complicated, Lady Nagant is tired of like the nastiness and corruptions of like how society is viewing the heroes, you know. While the image of what they're doing and the actions they are presenting with their movements, etc., is already like is showing that. But behind the scenes, you know, there's something darker and ugly in it, you know. Although Izuku believes that we gotta still lend an extending helping hand, Lady Nagant is not convinced, and she aimed her rifle to like Chisaki. Whatever the case may be, things are starting to look very bad. Speaking of which, we get to know Lady Nagant's more of Lady Nagant's abilities, and she is giving Izuku a very bad struggle. The moment she got out of Izuku's line of sight, he's barely able to dodge the freaking bullets that was like that was like freaking causing a lot of trouble to Izuku, as he's barely able to dodge it midair, you know? And we have to it that you know, yeah, like I said, Lady Nagant gives her reasoning of how like certain public safety or corruption within the government forces her to do this and that. It was too much for her to handle or burden, or things were not getting any better the way how she perceives it, you know? So yeah. I know what I'm saying is really confusing, but I'm trying to put it in simple words about Lady Nagant, you know? I guess she's fed up with the inside jobs of the government that she's been given, you know, seeing how it's not making anything better right now, and believing All For One, even if he were to dominate the entire world, it'll be much better and cleaner compared to what to what the current hero society is doing, since it's weak and fragile, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I know forgive me for being very confusing, you know, about what Lady Nagant's reasoning of like turning rogue into a villain or something, how you want to perceive it, or just turn rogue, you know, etc. So don't know what's gonna happen next, but Izuku's battle with Lady Nagant is really heating up, and now she aimed her rifle to Chisaki, maybe to distract Izuku and possibly shoot him down. The way how her abilities are as a rifleman or a gunman, you know, is very deadly and impressive. You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening here and there, and the fact that she has like a quirk given to her by All For One, it's just making her a little bit more hard, making her a more difficult opponent to beat or to even take on. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.